Hello guys, and welcome to the third video in this C++ tutorial series. For those who are new, do not forget to like and subscribe, and for those who have been with me, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about variables, which are the most foundational structure in any programming language. For you to be able to write useful programs, you need to know about variables, and for you to be able to write efficient programs, you need to master variables. I am going to talk about variables in the C++ language and help you understand when and how to use them. In our last video, we wrote the hello world program which simply displayed hello world to the screen. But in a real life situation, you're not going to just be printing information to the screen. You're also going to be manipulating and playing with data, and that is where variables come in. Variables provide us with named storage in our programs, and this allows us to manipulate data or information in these programs. Each variable comprises of two things, a type and a name. The type of the variable determines the size and the layout of the variable's memory, and the name is actually the name that we assign to that memory location so that we can use it in our programs. So here are some types that you can use for declaring variables in your C++ program. We have the int type, which is used for storing integer numbers. An integer is a whole number that is not a fraction. So you can use this data type for storing whole numbers. It can be 1, it can be -1, there can be negative numbers or positive numbers, but they have to be whole numbers, no commas, no decimals or anything. We have the char type, which is used for storing single characters. So as you can see, the naming convention int and char look like abbreviations or shortcuts to saying integer or character. So the char is used for storing single characters, which can be small letters or uppercase letters, but it can only store a single character. We also have the bool type, which is used for storing Boolean values. So this type can only store either a true value or a false value. Do not worry if you don't understand what true or false means, because we're going to do a demo demonstrating how to use each of these types. For now, your takeaway can be that a bool type stores either true or false. We also have the float type, which can store numbers with decimals or fractions. So the difference between the int type and the float type is that the float can store numbers with fractions, but the int type cannot. Now, we also have the double, and the difference between the double and the float is that the double can store a wider range of numbers with fractions than the float, but both of them can store numbers with fractions. In C++, we also have the string type. Now the string type is for when you want to store sequences of characters. So we said the char data type can only store a single character. The string can store many characters, like you can put a name or a word or a place. We said that variables have a type and a name. Now for names, these names are given by the programmer. So you yourself can feel free to give names to any storage locations that you declare in your program, but there are rules to it. The rules for naming variables in C++ are that they can be composed of letters, digits, or an underscore character, but they must begin with either a letter or an underscore. So you cannot give a variable whose name starts with a number. That would be illegal and it will make the program crash. And then they are also case sensitive. So if you give a variable whose name is fish with a small letter f, and then you give another variable whose name is fish with a capital letter F, those two variables are actually different in the program. I know we covered a lot of information in this video, and some of you might still be trying to understand exactly what we were talking about. You can replay this video as many times as you want so that you can get a good grasp of the types that we talked about. In the next couple of videos, we're going to be doing demos where we write small programs to demonstrate how to use variables in C++, so be on the lookout for that. And please, do not forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't so that you can get more videos like this. See you in the next videos.